The National Fisheries Authority funded this facility, including 2 labs and an administration block for the management of the center. National Fisheries Authority Managing Director John Kasu, who was also present, said NFA has funded this facility to meet increasing demand for the fisheries sector.
Basically, when you go into, like say for example, the EU market, they have market requirements. You need to meet the minimum standards. And if you don't meet those minimum standards, then your product doesn't enter into EU. And as I mentioned, EU takes up 90% of our seafood products, mostly tuna. So it's important that we ensure we have these facilities here, basically for us to test these fishery products before they go into the market.
A MOU was signed in 2014 between NFA and UNITEC for the establishment of the center, with an initial funding of 3.6 million kina for 3 years. With an additional fund of 1 million kina this year by NFA, bringing the total to 4.6 million kina, the university managed to renovate 2 labs of the Department of Applied Science. The funds also include the installation of this equipment for testing samples.
Previously, as I mentioned, we had NAC here, laboratory down in Moresby, that we run training there and run tests there. And apart from that, we normally send specimens down to Singapore. But I think with this facility that we are setting up, and once it's accredited to EU, then all these samples that we are sending there would basically be sent here for testing.
The purpose of the center is to provide critical tests on samples including water, food, and environmental and industrial samples. The center will carry out research and provide advice on issues identified by fisheries and allied industries. Mr. Kasu also said that the MOU also includes provisions for developing human resource through research and training. Julie Badui Owa, National EMTV News, Leh.